Hello everyone. On behalf of Jain Jagruti Center Panvel, we welcome Dr. Vaishali Lokhande, Consultant Internal Medicine at Apollo Hospitals, Navi Mumbai.
Namaste.
Doctor, the first question is, how can we contain the virus spread?
Actually, the virus spreads because of fomites and droplets. So, avoiding contact with any possible contaminated surfaces is the first thing to do. Maintaining hand hygiene at all times before and after touching surfaces which could be possibly shared by everybody, like a desktop or keyboards, etc. Also, using hand hygiene before and after consuming food. Wearing a mask at all times, always keeping your nose and mouth covered. Especially people do that. They take off their mask when they're coughing or sneezing. That is the worst thing you could do. So avoiding, refraining, touching your masks at all times and keeping them on whenever you're out in the house or you're in a community or you're meeting people.
The second question is, what
This is going to be edited. Please
that
go on.
will
Yeah.
the second question is, what are the basic mistakes which can lead it to spread the virus?
So many people do not recall whenever we try to ask them when they have contracted COVID whether they could have got it from any particular source, and they have been always indoors. They have been following all the lockdown rules. So many times the contact history may not be recalled by the person. Number one, and second thing is this handling of masks. Supposing a person takes off his mask or her mask every time they are trying to speak, or they are keeping the mask on, they're touching it with a unclean hand or a contaminated hand, and then the mask is being handled from the inside. All these things will make it in fact a hotbed for the virus to stay there, and then when the person inhales in, the virus can be inhaled. That's number one. Second thing is usually not maintaining hand hygiene at all times. In fact, people tend to forget. So going to crowded places unnecessarily where you really don't need to be there, avoiding or not following social distancing norms when you need to be there. So all these things can be mistakes which we don't remember, and then of course, because the incubation period is long, the symptoms may show after a week or 10 days, and you may not really remember when you got the source.
So does climate has its effects on virus?
Doesn't seem to be. We have had cases in May, and now it's peaking in August. So the logic of rains or cold temperatures having an influence does not hold true.
So, does hot water and gargle can help containing it?
Unlikely, the virus once it enters the system does not stay in the nasal mucosa and the oropharyngeal mucosa. It enters into the system, so it will not really kill the virus. Only the vague irritation that happens because of other common cold viruses, that symptoms can be stalled by consuming hot water or using gargles. So it's only for symptomatic relief.
It is said that malaria medicine HCQ has proven beneficial. Shall we take it as precautionary measure?
No, it is not recommended for people who are in the community to take it as a preventive measure. It has been tried for healthcare workers and people who are involved in direct or indirect COVID care. Besides, this drug has a lot of side effects if they are not monitored properly. Some people have ended up with problems, so not advisable for anyone.
Many a times it is said that without symptoms people got affected. Is it true?
Again, this is to be taken with a pinch of salt. People do not recall their mild fever symptoms. Sometimes they downplay them. So it's really difficult to say. Mild fever is missed by people who are kind of not do not bother much about mild symptoms. So it's usually lost or missed symptoms which the patient feels that they didn't have any.
Lockdown is only contaminant. It is not cure. Does this mean that each one of us might get affected during some course?
See, potentially, if the community were to move very freely without following the social distancing norm and the masking and hand hygiene, and theoretically, if there's the virus is still there and the cases are just multiplying, it's possible that each one of us could get infected if you're not really being careful. So, till the vaccine is around, the wisest thing to do would be follow all the rules of hand hygiene, mask, and social distancing.
Can nutrition diet help in the management of infection?
Actually, how your body responds to the COVID infection, how it fights the infection. Definitely, your immunity and your nutritional status has a positive influence on that. People with poor nutritional status tend to do worse and tend to have more complications. So, building up on your nutrition and immunity is a good idea.
We come to the last question. Does age and comorbidities has anything to do with virus and death related to it?
So we are seeing that it's affecting all age groups Of course, the complications, the worst case scenarios, and fatalities are more in the extremes of age. They're more in the age, people beyond the age of 60. But we have seen deaths happening in people of 35 to 50 age group also. So the other factor that is there is people who have comorbidities, means people with diabetes, hypertension, heart problems, people who have been smokers all their life, people with alcohol-related liver diseases, immunocompromised people, people who are cancer survivors or people of cancer on chemotherapy, all these, because of their internal disturbed immunity, they tend to fare very poorly. So these people need to be extra cautious during this current period.
Thank you, doctor, for joining this session and sharing your insights on the same.
Thank you.